So, Janet Sweeney became a member of Surrey 25 years ago while she was still working. She joined because she wanted to help sustain Surrey so it would be here when she did retire, and she needed it. In 2019, at the age of 77, Janet retired, and then of course COVID hit, and her dreams of attending Surrey got put on hold for a little bit. But now she's back. Janet, where are you? Janet. Yay! Janet loves all the exercise classes and is looking forward to trying Mary Alice's new class at this center, which uses small weights. She told us just the other day, "I'm grateful I have these classes and programs to look forward to. When I am on my own too much, I feel hollow. So I go to Surrey to fill up with good feelings. Surrey is filling all my needs, and now this new center is closer to home." Thank you for allowing me to share your story, Janet. Just 11 months ago, we made the decision that it was time to merge our Havertown and Broomall centers. Circumstances had changed, and we knew we had to leave the BVM Annunciation Church in Havertown within the year. Surrey was faced with a challenge to find a new and welcoming space to combine our Havertown and Broomall centers, and, as a nonprofit, how to pay for it. We did an exhaustive search of the areas in Havertown and Broomall with the help of our friends at CBRE, who worked with us pro bono. And just when we were about to give up, there really wasn't a lot on the market. We saw this space and we knew it would be perfect. And this is where I have to give a huge shout out to the Surrey Board of Directors. This was and is a big next step for Surrey, especially after coming off of 2.5 years of a global pandemic. But that's exactly why we had to do this now. As we emerged from the COVID-19 pandemic and its aftermath continues to negatively affect our seniors, in addition to the dangerous health problems caused by the virus itself, the social isolation brought on by the pandemic has really engendered a public health crisis, and it was critical that Surrey take immediate action to revitalize our presence, impact, and reach in Delaware County. An inviting multi-purpose space that brings our community together to inspire and engage and connect older adults was critical to providing a more robust and innovative programs and services, to reaching new members and volunteers, and to connecting with the county's more diverse communities. Last spring, after making the case to our board, armed with the financial impact of this decision and the increased number of older adults that we could potentially reach with this new vibrant center, I left the board with one thought: if we build it, they will come. Now, I would never, ever, ever, ever tell my board of directors I told you so. But luckily I don't have to, because they believed in this vision as much as we did. If we build it, they will come. And you did. Look at this crowd here today. It's fabulous. Seriously though, Surrey has an amazing, hardworking, and very supportive board, and today would not be possible without their support. Would all my board members please raise their hand? Thank you so much for your belief, your vision, and your constant support. I also want to thank our dedicated Surrey staff, especially Kathy Henderson, our Delaware County Director, and Lena McWilliams, the director of this new center. We are a great team, and this has definitely been a team effort. And I thank you all for your hard work from the bottom of my heart. In addition to a great staff, we have a great landlord in Crando Properties. Krista, are you here? Krista DeAngelis and the entire DeAngelis family, thank you so much for making our dream a reality. I admit there was a lot of work to be done on this space to make it what we needed and what we envisioned it to be, and we had to find a way to pay for that. And this is where the county comes in. Exactly 1 month and 2 days After we signed the lease for this building, we had a grant agreement from the county providing all the funding necessary through the American Rescue Plan Act funds that provided the funding for the build out of this space and all the outfitting of the new space. We could not be more grateful for the county's full support of this project. And I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude on behalf of our members, volunteers, board and staff to the entire Delaware County Council. Dr. Monica Taylor, Chair of the Council, Elaine Paul Schaefer, Vice Chair, Kevin Madden, Christine Ruther, and Richard Womack. I also want to extend a great thank you to Howard Lazarus, who's the Executive Director of the Delaware County. I know Howard's here. And Jonathan Lichtenstein, the Deputy Solicitor, who helped us put together this grant agreement. And at this time, I would like to invite Dr. Taylor, Chair of the Delaware County Council, up to the podium to say a few words.
Thank you, Jill, and thank you for including County Council this morning. Council is grateful for community partners such as Surrey Services for seniors who work to provide an enhanced quality of life for seniors all across our county. And so we are so grateful for this collaboration. As some of our residents retire and age, they may be looking to stay active and to become more involved in the community. And some may struggle with tasks that were once easy or have difficulty living alone. That can not only be extremely physically challenging, but it can also affect a person's mental health as they transition into phases of older life. The COVID-19 pandemic also created additional challenges for our older adults. And 3 years later, the aftermath of the pandemic continues to negatively affect some seniors. In addition to the dangerous health problems caused by the virus itself, the social isolation brought on by the pandemic has engendered a public health crisis. A study conducted by the AARP Foundation found that for adults motivated, 41% report feeling more anxious than usual, and 37% have felt depressed. The impact of social isolation on seniors and the critical need to bring seniors together again safely has been a major concern at Surrey, and they have worked to alleviate the negative impact of social isolation. They realize the vital importance of social interaction and the restorative effect of bringing seniors together to share meals, pursue fitness, and participate in all sorts of group activities. Council was able to utilize ARPA funding to assist Surrey with building a new location in Delaware County to serve our seniors all throughout this county. This new location here in Broomall will provide programs and services for seniors and is a wonderful resource for all of our seniors and our community and our families. For the past 40 years, Surrey has been helping our older adults to live with independence and dignity. Their philosophy of neighbor helping neighbor is commendable and a way we should all strive to live. We are so grateful to have partners like Surrey Services in our community to be able to provide a center like this for us all to utilize and our families to utilize. And we're so grateful for you being here in our county. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to introduce Barb Nicolardi, our Director of COSA.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Taylor, and thank you for having me here today. I am Barbara Nicolardi. I'm the Director of COSA, which is the County Office of Services for the Aging. Our neighboring counties have benefited from programs, services, and meals provided through the Earlbrook Senior Center, and that was part of Mid-County Senior Services. That then became the Surrey Center at Havertown with a satellite in Broomall, and today we are here to cut the ribbon for this new center, the Surrey Center for Healthy Living. This senior center's history dates back to one of the original senior centers in Delaware County, and funded by the county and by COSA. So we are so happy to be here and watch it flourish and grow, and looking forward to the next 40 years that you will be growing and flourishing here at this center as well. And with that, I'm going to make my remarks very short because I know most of us are very cold standing out here.
Thank you so much, Barb, and thank you, Dr. Taylor. Thank you for your generous support in so many ways, not just financial, but all the different ways that you support Surrey. We really, really appreciate it. So Surrey is a nonprofit, and we depend on public and private funders and philanthropic donations to support almost 60% of our annual operating expense. And we are so grateful for the many others who have also directed support to this effort or the activities and services that are now taking place in the center. So please allow me to recognize them now. This is important. The 25th Century Foundation, Bennett Family Foundation, the Communities Foundation here in Delaware County, the Charles C. Knox Charitable Trust, obviously COSA and Delaware County and Delaware County Council, the Delaware County Medical Society Public Health Fund, InvestNet Asset Management, the Foundation for Delaware County, Haverford Township, the Scholler Foundation, Ethel Sargent Clark Smith Memorial Trust, Hoxie Harrison Smith Foundation, Sun East Foundation, St. David's Episcopal Church, Jamie and Holly Holt, a generous donor who wishes to remain anonymous, and many other individual donors as well. If you'll allow me to share one more story. This is from one of our members who is recently joined Surrey. Her name is Viola Pollard, and this is in her own words. I found out about Surrey on the internet. I called and they said, come on in. I looked at the programs and I like knitting, so I decided to come for that. I love the people. I love the atmosphere. I love everything about it. They have been very, very nice to me. Myrna is a friend and has become more like a mentor to me because she's teaching me how to knit a sweater, which I've never done before. And that's what I'm doing now. She's taking me through it step by step. And Dee taught me how to use a loom, so I'm really learning some wonderful new things. At Thanksgiving, Surrey volunteers brought me a Thanksgiving dinner because I wasn't feeling well. And at Christmas, I wasn't well either. Last year was a really rough year for me. Surrey sent me a really nice Christmas dinner and a nice Christmas package and present. It was really, really phenomenal. I was just surprised, and it was so generous, and I appreciate every bit of it. Neighbor helping neighbor. That is our founding philosophy, and it remains at the core of Surrey today. We impact the lives of thousands of older adults across Delaware and Chester County every year, and we do not do it alone. We do it with the help of a volunteer corps over 350 strong and growing. In addition, this new center will have a very impactful, in addition to this new center, we have a very impactful center right in the borough of Media and a robust center in Devon. The services that we offer, including our programs and activities, are wrapped around critical support services. These include nutrition, transportation, information and referral services, cleaning, home care from social companions to live-in care, and personal financial management, and more. We like to say we're more than just a senior center, not to dismiss what our centers have to offer. And if we can't help you, we can connect you with one of our many strategic partners in the area that can. And that is what Surrey has to offer you, your mom, your dad, your grandparents, or friends. And so I want to ask you, this is what you can do for us. Spread the word about Surrey. Be our ambassadors out there in the community. Many of you already are. If you do that, our impact will be expanded exponentially, and Delaware County will be a stronger space. A few days ago, it was International Women's Day, and I spent a lot of the day thinking about our Surrey founder, Jeanne LaRouche, who I wish I had had the opportunity to meet. Jeanne started this organization in her attic 42 years ago. Surrey has grown exponentially in reach and impact and services since then. I know Jeanne would be so proud to be here today. but sadly she is not. But we do have Jeanne's niece, Jeanne Beachler. Jeanne is a board member with Surrey now, and I would like to invite Jeanne to cut our ribbon today in honor of her aunt. I would also like to invite our board members, the Delaware County Council members, and all other elected officials or their representatives to come up here now and help us cut this ribbon so we can go inside, get warm, and celebrate with some coffee and cake.
Yeah.